Hello. Hello. Hi, guys. Thank you for the 27 months, Tetsuro. Thank you. Hello, guys. Guys, I added a new emote. I don't even know if this works. Does this work? Oh, it works. Thank you for the 25 months, yeah. Thank you. Guys, look at this new emote I added. I don't see it in my chat, but I see it, like, on my screen. Thank you for the 2 months, Bob. Thank you. Yeah, I can see it on my screen, but I don't see it on the chat, which is really interesting, but I don't know how it's working like that. Thank you for the 10 months, Lanish. Thank you. It's on BTTV. Thank you for the 7 months, Poison Quake. Thank you. I'm excited for Pokemon Day tomorrow. Dude, I saw that they're having an announcement at 7 a.m. and I was like, what if I streamed during that time to see what's going on? But I don't think I'll wake up for it, but I think I'll be awake for it. Like, I haven't slept yet and I'll be up at 7 a.m. rather than waking up for it. Is it co-streamable? I don't know. I would assume not, but it's like I could watch it at the same time and see what you guys think. Hi, Bun Bun. Did I have fun playing Overwatch with Scar? Oh my gosh. Unironically, yeah, I actually had fun playing Overwatch with... I didn't expect to have fun, honestly. Thank you for the 16 months, Yujil, and hi, Danny. I hope I don't get the purple Twitch ad. What is that? I mean, I've been getting so many Twitch ads. Yeah, Scar wasn't level 25 yet, so we couldn't play ranked, but honestly, it was kind of fun. Like, it's not a game that I would play every day, but it's like every once in a while, I think I'd have fun with it. The purple screen of death from ad blocks. Oh, I haven't experienced that yet, so I do notice a lot of influx of ads whenever I do watch streams, though, so I'm like, that's great. Thank you for the 3 months, Kabuto. Thank you. Thank you for the 27 months, Ghost Rack. Thank you. You saw clips of Apex with Scar and it was so funny. Yeah, I mean, it's like tough love, you know? When I play HOTS with him, like, you know, sometimes I'm down bad, but I don't know if I'm that down bad. Honestly, like, if he caught me at the right moment in time, I would probably say yes, but if he asked me, like, right now, probably not. But, like, if I had nothing to do, I'd be like, sure, like, I'll give it a whirl. What heroes do I play in Overwatch? I like playing Ana. Ana's like my favorite hero to play. I don't know what's good in Overwatch anymore. Like I tuned into like one person stream the day that we were playing, and I just saw people were playing a bunch of snipers, and I was like, okay, I see. Did I watch his hot stream with Leslie and others? No, I don't. I think I tuned in for a little bit, but I didn't watch a lot of it. We weren't bullying him. We're just playing around, and you know, he just decides to go with it as well. But it is really funny to like pull some things on him because he's just, I don't know. Did someone say Overwatch? Yeah, we're talking about Overwatch. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of fun. I think Overwatch is fun to play not seriously. If you go to play the game to like actually, you know, like seriously, I don't think you'll have a good time, but playing with friends is a good time. If you know Chagala is in HOTS, Leslie as in... Oh, it's like you control two things. The only thing I remember in HOTS is like the one that you can sit in base and play. I think his name is like Abarather. I don't know. It starts with an A, I think. I have no idea what his name is, but it's just Abather. Abather. Yes, I was like, it's ab something. Yeah, you legitimately sit in base like, and you just play from there. Thank you for the 2 months, Peju. Thank you. Me and Scar should play the champ that's controlled by 2 players. I don't know about that one. It's so troll. Hi, Ryan. That's Cho'Gall. Leslie Nelson actually did well. I mean, the last time we were playing HOTS was in it must be like 2017 or like 2016. That's like the last time I remember playing HOTS. That's when HOTS wasn't dead. And the competitive scene still existed, but then, you know, like sometime, like, was it 2 years ago? When they, like, Blizzard was like, nope, no competitive scene anymore. And I was like, okay. Thank you for the 4 months, Lidley. Thank you. Yeah, it was very abrupt, and I just remember seeing everyone being like really surprised, and yeah, it was just, I don't know, the way they handled it was yeah. Oh, it was 2019. I see. Can we see the Pokemon merch that you're wearing? I don't know. I'm gonna just sit up in my chair. I don't know. It's some Pokemon music. 25 years. I actually heard that one Post Malone, or like a snippet of the song, and I was like, honestly, it's not as like weird as I thought it would be. You know? I don't know if you guys heard it, but yeah, it's a cute shirt. It's a bunch of Pikachus on it. Thoughts about possible Platinum having giant Pokemon, just like in size? I don't think I would really care, but that's kind of random. Thank you for the 3 months, Richard. Thank you. Thank you for the 6 months, Foreskin. You're ready to be disappointed tomorrow? Yeah, my brother was asking me earlier. He's like, yo, like, what do you think that they're gonna announce? Because they said that they're gonna have a big announcement. And I was like, I don't know. I honestly don't really care. I honestly don't think it's gonna be anything big. For me, it's like when things like companies are like, yeah, expect something huge, or like we got an announcement. I always keep my expectations like extremely low, so it's like nothing can be so bad to like meet my little to none expectations, you know? But so that's how I just don't get disappointed. Cause like everyone's like, yeah, like Gen 4 remake, you know, like it's gonna be good. I hope, like, you know, I hear a lot of that, but it's like, what if they give you like, I don't know, they're just gonna like throw something completely random at you. They're gonna be like, wow, another like Pokemon Sleep or Pokemon Smile, and then you're gonna be like, oh. So, you know, I just don't expect anything, so yeah. Or they could be like, wow, Post Malone gets his own game. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, if Pokemon had a cooking game, I would be down for that. I would have a lot of fun with that one. I don't know. It's just like, yeah. After like seeing people get disappointed a numerous amount of times on like announcement days, or like they don't get what they want, I'm just like, yeah, I think the best way is just to not expect anything, and then you'll be good. Like, so if something like the news is actually something to be excited about, you'll be excited. Thank you for the 10 months, Yanmar Puri. Thank you. Did you hear his song? Yeah, I heard Post Malone's cover or whatever. I mean, I thought it wasn't bad. Like, I was like, wow. Because when I first heard like Post Malone Pokemon, I was like, how are they ever gonna like? I just couldn't like imagine hearing those two like together. But honestly, I was like, I could listen to this. But yeah, honestly, you can't satisfy everyone. Everyone's gonna be disappointed about whatever news it is. But for me, I highly doubt it's like a continuation of Pokemon Stop. Like, they're not gonna be like, wow, new Pokemon Stop trailer. I don't think it'll be that, at least. But it'll probably be something new. But I don't know what it is. Like, it could be like a new movie, a new show, a new game, but it doesn't have to be like mainline game. It might be like some random like I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking like I was like, how are they gonna incorporate like Post Malone Pokemon? It's like, is he gonna do like remixes? It's like, you know, his one song like Zack and Codeine. It's like Ash and Froakie. Like, is he just gonna like replace words from his songs and make it like Pokemon themed? And I was like, I was talking to my brother with that, and that would actually be really good, but I highly doubt it. Thank you for the sub with Prime Bronze. Thank you. Yeah, but maybe I'll be up for the direct. Maybe I won't. I mean, like, I don't really care for being awake for it much. Like, I'm fine with just waking up to the news, to either seeing people like very excited about the news or people really disappointed about what happened. So it's gonna be one or the other. Or yeah, I mean, there's no like in between, because it's either like Gen 4 remake or not, you know, because everyone, like, every time Pokemon has been like trying to announce something after Sword and Shield, they're like Gen 4, Gen 4, Gen 4, Gen 4, Gen 4. So yeah, I don't know. What I thought was really funny was because you know how they're doing like a countdown to Pokemon Day, and then they like put every generation. They're like, oh yeah, and they put like all the starters. But for Sinnoh, they're like, let's go Sinnoh. That's how they titled their tweet, and I was like, oh my god, if they make it let's go Sinnoh, I think everyone would be really mad. I don't think people would be very happy, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, I would still play it too. Oops. I would still play it, but I don't know if that would be it. That would make you beyond sad. Yeah, it's like a ripoff of a remake. Pokemon Day is on your B-Day. Congrats. What's wrong with Sinnoh? No. They're saying like, you know the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee series? Like, people would not be very happy if it was that version, but for Sinnoh. What's my shirt say? Thank you for the 32 months, Arnie. It says P25 Music Pokemon, and it's just like, I don't know, just like their anniversary. I don't know, they sent me a box, so I was like, wow, so cool. Pikachu drip, I know. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a matcha latte. What did I put in it? I put matcha powder and some sugar and some vanilla syrup and almond milk, and it's just iced, so I think it's pretty decent, I would say. Am I ever gonna post on my YouTube channel? Yes, I was actually thinking about that last night. Yeah. Thank you for the 24 months, cool dude. Thank you. Did I get my new drum? Yeah, I did actually. I tested it out a little. It's a lot larger than I expected it to be. I did test it out a little bit. I do want to test it out more. So I got this tablet because it has a wireless function, but the thing about the wireless function, it's like I can see like the slight lag in it, but I think it's very convenient if I like had an idea at the moment. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna pull out my tablet and start drawing instead of like having to like mess with all my cords and wires, because I don't have a very good setup because you know, like I'm playing games at one point. I'm just using my mouse and it's like space. So thank you for the sub with the Prime Bay. I think thank you. I did not bully Skara. The only thing that I did that was like, what would I say? I don't remember. All I really remember is falling off the map in Apex, and I was yelling, and that's about it. I'm not a bully. The only thing I said was like he was saying something, and then I said like, I'm pretty sure I said like when, or like who, and then like he said something, and I was like no, like when did I ask? But it's just a joke. Honestly, how is bullying over the internet real? Just turn off the PC. Yeah, it's like, how is cyberbullying real? Just close your eyes and walk away from the computer. Like, you know what? When people say that. I love Skara. He's very funny. Last night he messaged me. He was like, yo Hyun, you're nocturnal, right? You want to play some Apex? And I was like, well, you're not wrong. But I was in bed. I was in bed at like 2 a.m. because I was like, yeah, like I'm going to try to sleep early, and then I ended up staying up until like 5 a.m. anyway. And he sees. Never mind, I don't have to anymore. Early. 2 a.m. is early, is it not? I mean, okay. Given for someone who like wakes up at like 11 a.m. 2 a.m. is kind of early, is it not? 2 a.m. is early for degens like us. True. Yeah, that's all. If you like, I say I have to sneeze and I start looking around, it's because I'm like looking for something bright to stare at, so I can sneeze, but I don't know. Thank you for the 26 months, Pikachu. Thank you. When I actually sleep, I slept at 5 a.m. or something. I was just in bed watching Skara stream, and then I watched some WoW video of yeah, I watched some WoW video, and I was like, I hope to God this puts me to sleep. Like maybe it'll just make me like doze off in the middle of it. Pretty sure I was awake till the end of it anyway, so yeah. It's just it's too hard, because I started like feeling tired, so I was like, okay, you know, I put my phone away and I just start closing my eyes, but then it's like my brain turns on and then I just can't check my VODs. If you want to sleep easier, Scar, I was watching your stream the whole time when I was in bed, from like 2 a.m. to whenever you got up, which is after you guys won an Apex game, which is like 4 or something, and I was still awake. I mean, I laughed. You know why? Well, wait, there's one moment in your game that I was laughing really hard. Oh, it was, you were battling a Gibraltar, and you had a gun, but you missed every single shot, and then you resorted to punching him because you were like this close to him, and then you just started punching him instead of shooting at him. I'm pretty sure you had like a sniper in your hand or something, and you're trying to hip fire it. And I just thought it was so funny. I'm pretty sure I tried clipping it on mobile, but mobile clipping is so bad, and it takes like 10 years to like actually process, and I just gave up. So yeah, I just thought it was really funny to see you just resort to like using your fists. Actually, I think that makes me laugh the most in Apex. Like, I remember when I played Apex like two days ago, I had no gun. We dropped somewhere. All I had was a thermite nade, or I don't remember what it's called. I threw it, I tagged someone, so I started sprinting at him, and I just started knocking him out with my fist, and he had a gun. So he started shooting his gun a little bit, and then he started freaking out, so he started punching me back. And I just thought it was the funniest thing, because he was just, he was too scared. Apex Melee is so fun. You know, in that new map, Olympus or whatever, there's like a legitimate boxing ring, which I didn't know, because, I mean, I don't play that map much, but I thought it was funny, and you can't use guns in there. We all need to go in that ring and see who the best boxer is. That's what I think. Thank you for gifting us up to Jess. Thank you. Really can't... No, you can't use guns. Like, you can only use your fists if anything, but you can't take out your guns in there. The loot's not... The loot is pretty decent in there, too. 20 days until ranked Olympus. It's time. Honestly, I just want World's Edge. King's Canyon is kind of whatever. When I play on Olympus Unlocked and Loaded, I don't know. There's so many things that I don't like. And that one building you guys... You know that one building where it's like... There's tubes? And maybe it's because I just don't know the map well. But I'm just like... Where did these people come from? But yeah, I don't know. I do like the cars. Well, it's kind of like a 50-50 because I do get motion sickness depending on like who the driver is of the car. But then it's pretty fun. I like honking. Like if I'm the driver, I'm going to make my presence known. Like I'm gonna start honking like 50 times and we'll probably get shot at, but it's good. Love Kings Canyon getting 10th partied every lobby. Yeah, it's like if you don't finish your fight fast, there's gonna be people. But it's so satisfying for you being like the 5th party. Cause like when I have those moments, I'm like, yeah, I came in at the right time. But you know, if I get 3rd party, then I'm like, okay. Not so fun. The 20th party. Yeah, I feel like whenever I get into game, the games end really not. It doesn't take that long for it to go down to like 10 squads, and I'm like, It goes by pretty fast because I feel like when I was playing on World's Edge, it took a lot longer. Oh, Skulltown is just... Skulltown was always a fiesta. Apex is a perfect game. I really just be having fun despite being absolute... yeah, Apex is just fun because there's so much movement and... I don't know. Like the satisfaction of one clicking. But you know what? I actually played Valorant a couple days ago. Maybe like 3 days ago. And I was like, wow, you know what the most addicting thing about this game is? It's the sounds of the headshots. Because like you legitimately make music with it. With your kills or like headshots. I'm like, now this is why people like playing this game. Like if Apex had a headshot noise like that, I would be playing it nonstop. Can't relate to headshotting so bad. Okay, that I'm very sure you have, and you can, so. Yeah, Apex movement is so much fun. Except I can't move the way that others do, for sure. Like, despite seeing people wall bounce and, you know, b-hop and stuff, it's like, will I ever really use it or like think about it? Probably not. So yeah. Can't you mod hit sounds in Apex? I don't think so. I've never seen anyone do that either. The number is a different... Yeah, the number is a different color, but it's like the noise. Like in Valorant, you can legitimately make a tune for like headshotting, but in Apex, you don't. I should stream Apex. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I need to change some habits before I stream FPS games. Okay, when I played Apex, not Apex, sorry. I played Valorant 3 nights ago. I turned the corner and like me and this enemy Sova were legitimately like this. And I screamed so loud. And it was like 3 a.m. So I thought I woke up my brother, but he told me that he didn't wake up because he had earplugs or something. But that is the loudest I've probably ever screamed, and it caught me so off guard. So it's just like a mini horror game for me. Thank you for subbing with Prime, Mr. Bayfong. Thank you. No, I'm not, Neeks. If you watch me, like 80% of the time on Apex, it's me whiffing like 2/3 of my clip, and then you hear it's like followed by a God. I just missed my clip, guys, and then I'm just like, I'm too bad. Louder than me falling off the map on Scar. Yeah, it was louder than that yell for sure. That's every Apex player. No, it's not. Who was I? Whenever I watch like Selly or Ross, you know, they're legit. Like the best Apex player I've ever seen is Ross. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but I don't know if he streams on Twitch anymore. But I used to play. I mean, not play. I used to watch him a ton, and like his tracking, his aim, his movement, his like ability to think like so fast. He's so like the best Apex player I've ever seen, and he's always just like he can make like a montage like every single game he plays. Okay, not the pros. I mean, okay then. Well, pros are Apex players too, and then you just said that's every Apex, so including. So I'm just saying. You watch Diego Stars and he's a bot, but I'm human. The Korean Ross, yeah, Ross Sama. But I think I don't know if he plays in Japan servers, because I know Apex is really big in Japan. So I'm not sure if he like swapped over, or if he still plays. I don't know. Selly's really good. Selly used to play. Selly was part of T1's Apex team, I think. But he's really, really good too. I was watching him last night, and I was like, his aim is so crisp and clean. I wish that were me, you know. I've been having a lot of fun with FPS games recently. Like League. Yeah, I always have like cycles with games. It's like I'll find one game fun for like two months, and then it's like it's on to the next one, and then it's like a repetitive cycle. Watching Apex leave you head. There's a lot of movement in Apex, so I can understand why. There's a lot going on. You know what I thought about? I wish Apex wasn't so bright. I mean, if it wasn't that bright, then I guess it'd be like hard to see things in the distance and people, but I feel like the thing about Apex, it's like it hurts my eyes sometimes because of how bright it is. I mean, there's a lot of good Apex players out there. Like you see every Apex player, or like, you know, they're just like, I did like 1v40ing the lobby or whatever, and then they're just like legitimately running in, and they're just like, you know, like 7 AK damage popping off, you know. But yeah, it's always cool to see that. It's like, do I rank in Apex? Yeah, not very often, but well, I do play Apex ranked, but I don't play Apex very often. It's like when my friends are done playing like League or whatever they're done with, it's like that game that we play late at night. Did I dye my hair? Yeah. The box said dark. Oh, it said medium brown. Sorry, but this looks pretty like, it looks black to me, but I mean, I don't care. There, yeah, maybe there's like, yeah, I mean, if you see it in the light, yeah, it still looks black, but it said medium brown. I mean, I'm not really complaining. I don't really care. It'll probably just wash out. It's like, yeah, it's definitely not brown, but it'll probably wash out later on. I don't really care. Because I was thinking, because you know how I was like, yeah, I'll go silver, but I was thinking out, I was like, nah. I think I'll just stick with darker hair. Cause I don't know, lighter hair makes me feel old. Skara, is he still here? I wanted to ask him if he wanted to play Overwatch this weekend. Wait, did he play Overwatch with OTV? I remember he said he was going to, but I don't remember seeing him play. He didn't yet. He's doing that tomorrow. I see. Did I see his clip? What clip? Well, I think I was very happy to see him get play at the game. Like, we set him up for it, and then he got it. Thank you for the sub with Prime Ulime. I mean, if you're asking me if I've seen his clip of him ulting a little far away with his Reaper ult on, what is that map called? Wait, don't tell me. I can remember it. I really don't like that map either. Eichenwald. I think that's what it's called. I remember that. I remember seeing it. Didn't I punch him off some cliff on Apex? You know, I really wanted to do that to him, but like knock him actually off the map. But you know, I was like, maybe that's a little too troll. So, you know, I just did it somewhere. But you know, I didn't know that there was someone there. So he like he fell and then he scoped and he's like, oh my god, there's people here. But the thing is, like, they didn't shoot at him first. He shot at them and then made himself known to them. Which is really funny to me. So, I mean, yeah. Victim blaming. Okay, when you're playing battle royales, most of the time, like, if you come from like specific like, it really depends on like what the situation is. But like, if you're like pretty far away and you don't shoot, people will probably not know that you're there, you know? But like, he shot, so he made himself known, so they obviously will turn around and start shooting at him back. So I'm like, yeah. Thank you for the 18 months rewoke. But yeah, like, yeah, I mean, if you guys ever played battle royales, it's like you take the shots when you're like ready to brawl. But it's like if you panic shoot, then it's like you might get yourself in a sticky situation. But I think we were fine after that anyway. Am I gonna stream Apex? I don't know. I don't even know if my computer will do well with streaming Apex, but we'll see. Trigger discipline. Now, I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm saying, like, if he didn't shoot, they wouldn't shoot back at him. That's all. Thank you for the sub with Prime, Santiago Way. Thank you. Stream Overwatch. Honestly, I should have streamed Overwatch when I was playing with Scar. Like, I thought it was pretty fun. I was like, wow, this game, you know, low-key kind of fun, even though I haven't played for like 20 seasons. But yeah, I mean, that's every now and then. Yeah, I looked and it's like season 24 or 26, and I was like, dude, I played in like season 3 and 4. I mean, I started in season 1, but I played up until like season 4 or 5, and then I quit. Thank you for the 23 months, Eve. Thank you. How long are their seasons? I could not tell you, but 24 seasons, like 24, 26? I don't know which one it's exactly on, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're pretty short. Apex splits are kind of short too. They're like 2 months or something like that. Why did I quit after 4? I'm pretty sure at like 4 or 5, goats became a thing, and then I didn't want to play anymore. Goats, yeah, it was like a 3-3. it was just like 3 tanks, 3 healers, and you legitimately just would like hit each other for like 10 years, and the game was just so boring and stale, and that meta went on for like so long. It was like, and no one wanted to play anymore. So yeah, go to season 14ish. There's no way. Really? I don't know. I mean, I just stopped playing after because I probably was interested in something else, but I'm pretty sure it was way earlier than season 14 because I don't think I watched Overwatch when it was season 14. I watched Overwatch pretty early on. Goats was 2019. There's no way. Okay, yeah. Brigitte was released in 2016. There's no way that Goats was a thing in 2019. It was way before that. It was way before that. So it said her first appearance release date here. Release date was 2018, not 2016. 2018. Then what season was Overwatch on? Overwatch was released in 2016? Overwatch release date 2015. October 27, 2015. Overwatch. I'm just looking because I'm just so curious as to like when it was. I have to fact check. Okay, so season 6 was 2017 apparently. Okay, I remember. Goats was a little after, but before Goats, because I didn't play during that time, I played. It was the Zarya Hanzo, and then like everyone would just play like Zenyatta and some other thing like Lucio or Ana, and it was legit. Like every fight was legitimately just waiting for the Zarya grab and the dragon together, and that was just the whole thing. I remember that. I don't know what season that was, but it was really boring as well. Like, you just did nothing. You just waited for that moment, and then... I remember seeing a clip of, like, a team doing it at the same time, and you just see 2 dragons, like, going across the screen. It was so... I think, yeah, Overwatch has... Yeah, got pretty stale at some point, so it was like... Can't play it anymore. Yeah, Overwatch season like 3. Season 1 was honestly really fun too because there's no hero limit during the time. What? Yeah. I had a lot of fun in season 3, 4, and then a little bit of 5, but I think I played season 4 the most, and then I stopped like a bit after. It's in a decent state now, you hear? I don't know. I wouldn't know. I only played Quick Play with Scarra like a couple times, and I mean, you're just forced to 2-2-2, so I feel like that's not very fun because it's like, But I mean, I guess you can't really have trolls anymore, or like, you know, if someone just like starts raging, they can't like troll pick Torbjorn and like sit in base, but I mean, they can still troll anyway. Like, there's a lot of other things that they can do, but. It's like, I don't know, I guess, like, if you ever want to stall, then you can't really switch to anything else. Like, you know how other people would switch to, like, Diva or Mei or whatever, and then Lucio, etc., just to, like, speed on to the point in, like, 2CP especially, so, I don't know. But what do I know about Overwatch now? I haven't played in like 9 trillion years, so I don't know. I feel like that really restricts like a lot of possibilities. So I feel like 222 wasn't the way, but they probably should have done something. I don't know what they could have honestly done, because I mean, I don't really care or think about what they could have done with goats, but you know, it stayed around for so long, everyone's like, too boring, too stale, and then they had to implement that, so. You like my name for Sigma? Oh yeah, we always call him Ligma. I'm pretty sure... I don't know, it's just like the nickname we gave to him on release, but... Cause he makes me, like... I'm pretty sure when he was first released, I played Overwatch for a little bit, and... he bothered me quite a bit. Here, back. I'm gonna blow my nose. Sigma's really... I remember he did a lot of damage. I don't know if they like changed him or not, but I felt like he did a lot of damage before. Thank you for subbing, Mandayan. Thank you for gifting a sub to K Deuces Tetsuro. Thank you. Did Haru and Kuma meet yet? How's Haru? Haru's good. He's definitely gotten a lot less skittish, so it's like before, if I would just like make some sound, like I'm just laying in my bed, if I got up, he would get scared and like dart underneath my bed, but like now when I do that, he just stays still for the most part, where he's just like chilling. So he's like getting used to like how I am, I guess, because he's just like more observant, so he's not scared or anything. I was actually planning on introducing Kuma and Haru this weekend, because I don't know, I feel like it's about time now. Yeah, Haru's pretty good. Like, if I'm pouring out food, he'll come out and start eating. He seems a lot more adjusted and comfortable. So yeah. How long has Haru been here? I think I adopted him, was it New Year's? Or maybe a little bit before New Year's, I think. But I think it was gonna take this long. I don't think I had any expectations of how long it would take. Yeah, but I just thought, like, after I got him and seeing how scared he was, I was like, probably won't take like a few days, or maybe not even like a week. But like, after having him for like 3 or 4 days, I'm like, this is gonna probably take a while, because he seems really reluctant to open up. So, I mean, I'm glad that he's much more comfortable now. And you know, if I'm sitting in my chair, he'll like circle around my chair and like start butting his head like onto my chair, like my knee, if I'm like sitting crisscross applesauce. So I think that's pretty cute. Just requires a lot of patience sometimes, and yeah. How are they kept separate? Oh, I just closed my room door, so you know they can't interact. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have. Like yesterday, Kumo was meowing outside at like 11 p.m. and Har heard that, and he was like, and then he started meowing a little bit, and then he like ran to the door. It's like, that's pretty cute. But I say Haru has a passive personality. I don't know, he seems very energetic and curious, but he's just very shy. But I mean, I don't mind that. He's a little less shy, like, sometimes he'll just jump on my bed, but he'll stay at the edge of my bed, but he'll jump up because he's curious, like, what's there. If I'm, like, laying on my bed, he'll come up and, like, look at me for, like, a little bit, and then he'll, like, jump off. He'll, like, sniff me, and then he'll just jump off, so... Yeah, Kumo, I feel so bad every single time I see Kumo, and, you know, I'm going back into my room, and I have to close the door on him, or, like, you know, I have to, like, carry him and, like, put him somewhere else, and then go into my room, and then, like, on the other side of the door, I just hear him, like, meowing a ton. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But, you know, I hope they have, like, a good... Well, I'm not expecting the first impression of each other to go well, because I know most cats will, like, probably feel defensive about, like, their territory or space, so they'll probably end up, like, hissing at each other, but I hope they do eventually get along so I don't have to, like, close off my room anymore. Thank you for the 16 months, Greg Pokefan. Thank you. Does Kumo hiss? You report the stream for cringe. Fragus, you're just so jealous. I've heard him hiss once, and that was... Oh, it was... I'm pretty sure it was, like, the first day that I brought in Haru, because through the carrier, so I had to, like, you know, go in, but, like, Kumo, like, sensed him, or, like, kind of saw him, so he did, like, he, like, growl slash hissed. They are aware of each other, for sure. I mean, I exchange their scents a lot, so. Kumo's laying on, or, like, when I just got out of my room, Kumo was laying on the cloth that Haru was on, so I was like, that's pretty good at least, you know. They know each other's scent. Well, I stopped playing WoW bored? Yeah. My goal for WoW was getting KSM, and then I didn't have anything else after that, so I just went to a different game. I just went into started playing League again. But then now, I'm kind of bored of League, so I started playing FPS games, or I started playing Apex. And Apex is a bit fun. Valorant is kind of fun, but I mean, I don't really play that often. So it's like... And then playing Overwatch is kind of fun. I think my mood right now is just like fast-paced, or like I control the tempo of my... Like, I can choose to die at any moment. Or like into relentlessly, and then the game will be over, you know? Instead of like having to wait out like this really long time. I'm just like if I wanted to press W on Apex and go forward and just die, I could do that. Or if I want to press W and, you know, like pop off, sometimes that happens, but not all the time, so. My FPS era coming back? Dude. I wish I grew up playing FPS so I would still have like that, you know, like FPS sense in me, but it's like once you fall out of FPS and you try to get back into it, it takes a while to build up. So I'm just like, man. Because like, you know when you play League and you like kind of drift away from it a little bit and then you come back to it, it's like not that bad to like pick up again because, you know, you've been playing it for so long. But like FPS, like raw reaction and just like you're just so slow in the beginning. There's also, yeah, a very big adrenaline rush when it comes to playing FPS games, which I really like. A lot of like pop-off moments you can have, or a lot of funny moments. I'd probably say I laugh a lot in FPS because I just think it's funny, Or, I don't know. Especially Apex. Like, it's just a goofy game. Did I see Jody's Ace in Twitch? Yeah, I was watching Twitch Rivals yesterday. A couple of my friends were in it, so I was watching a lot of people's streams, and I didn't see it from Jody's perspective until after it happened, because I think I was watching Celine's stream, and then I just thought it was so funny and cute, because like Jody was celebrating, but like you could see her desk / camera shaking because she was like so hyped up about it. But I mean, definitely is something to be hyped up about. Yeah, their games are really, really close. And I think her team did really well. But I'm pretty sure that they'll bring it back. Why didn't I help them win? I'm not on their team, first of all. Second of all, I don't play that game. What do you think I can even do to contribute to help them win? Let me just, like, go in as a 6th player, yeah. There's the... Yeah, I'll just make them win, forehead. Yeah, just my bad. My bad, I didn't try hard enough. I thought it was really weird because, you know how like competitive Valorant, there's usually overtime? I just thought it was weird that they didn't have overtime in this tournament. Or I was surprised that, because I was expecting it, but it didn't happen, so I was like, oh. They said it was due to time, I see. But I feel like that's so weird, because like, a part of their competitive games, but then they just don't do it for this tournament. But it's like what are you trying to save time for? Like, everyone's, you know, probably they're dedicating their day to whatever they have to do. So it's like, I mean, I don't think, I don't know. They wanted to follow schedule. I see, but I think it's a little wonky if they don't stick to the rules of competitive. I don't know. I just think it's a little weird, but it's whatever. Yeah, I remember Celine had to wait for like such a long time to remake a game because I don't know. There's some weird, like, I remember someone falling through the map in one of their games, and I was like, this is good. But yeah, I don't know. Confused as how that would happen, but I guess it did. You think the text server went down or something? I see. Okay, I mean, if that's what it was, I mean, I don't know. Do I think I'll do my Apex this Garden Age? If they ever want to play, I'm definitely down to play. I mean, I'm always down to play some Apex and have a good time with friends. When I stream it, I don't know, it depends on what I'm doing, I guess. What do I mostly play? What do you mean, like game-wise? Character-wise? People just want to gamble. Gambling is kind of fun. The prediction points. Game. I don't think I have a main game right now. I just play whatever someone asks me to play. They're like, yo guys, Apex time? Like, sure. If I'm feeling it with it. Say League, I'll be like, okay. They say Valorant, I'll be like, sure. I'm just like a... yeah, I don't have a main game currently. I just play whatever. If it sounds fun. Yeah, I just don't know if my computer will, like, lag or not if I stream. Am I drinking swamp water? Yeah, this is swamp water. No, I'm drinking a matcha latte, but yeah, it's green. How old is my PC? When did I move here? 2016? 2017, 2018. I don't even remember when I moved here. I built this PC when I moved to the West Coast, so maybe it's reaching like 3 to 4 years. I'm not very sure. I think my computer's pretty decent on like playing games alone, but I don't know about streaming and gaming at the same time. Is that as old as my chair? It's older than my chair, for sure. I got my chair probably a bit after, because I was using like a really dingy chair before. I've seen Overwatch before at least, and that went fine. Yes, I think so. A couple years ago, it was okay. I don't know. Yeah, the thing is like Apex, because I'm pretty sure I never even like I like tried recording an Apex like session and playing at the same time, and my computer's working overtime. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to buy PC parts, I feel like, right now, because given the state. Something mouse lamps. Oh yeah, I don't know. I feel like last time I was playing Overwatch, at least like a couple days ago, I don't think I was turning that much, but maybe it's because I haven't been playing, so I've just kind of... I don't know. Yeah, the same chairs made it so uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, I would not recommend this chair to anyone. Honestly, like, please get a better chair. I don't know what kind of chair this is. This is from Amazon. It's pretty whatever. I would not, like... The only reason I'm using it is because it's a hand-me-down from my brother. Because he didn't want it, so... Would I buy a secret lab chair? I don't know what those feel like, so I could not tell you. So... I've only sat in, like... What chair does my brother have? The chair my brother has is not that bad. It's definitely more roomier. Yeah, if anything, I would just invest in a new chair. But... yeah, Kumo likes this chair. If I get a new chair, this chair is all his. No questions about it, you know. No, I made a playlist. What do you call it? Oh my god, it like morphed together. I need to fix it though. But I made a playlist thing because a lot of people ask. Even though, you know, it's like below, they're like, whoa, what playlists are you listening to? Then I'm like, you know, like maybe it's just... Maybe I just have to put in 2 places, in the chat and below. Too lazy to scroll. See, you know, that could also be a thing as well. You ready for the playlist? No problem. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at the chairs much, but they don't have a scroll wheel. They could use their arrow keys. That's also not a bad, you know, option as well. Okay, it's fixed. Thank you. Do I play Genshin? No. I do like the characters, but I do not play it. Honestly, what's in this box behind me? It's my piano box. I mean, I think it's been here for like a month at least, but it's just unboxed, still in here. So, I mean, like once it's gone, then that's when you know I've set it up. Is it unboxing time? No. I will unbox it after I can. Okay, so you guys can't see it, but I have these under bed drawers that I haven't put in. I was gonna put them in so, like, you know, Haru would stop going underneath my bed, so he would be like more interactive. But the one time I tried putting it in, he started freaking out because, you know, that's like under my bed is like his safe spot. So after that's happened, I just have these drawers in the middle of my room. Or, well, it's like behind me. So there's like no space. And it's just like chilling there. So, yeah. Until the day, you know, he starts going outside of my room, I can't put this underneath. But they're pretty convenient, like, it's a good amount of storage space. Did Kumo ever go underneath my bed too? He likes going underneath my bed every now and then, but he doesn't stay there. He'll like run into my room and then like go underneath there for a little bit and then come out, and then he likes laying on my bed for the most part. Sleeping on my bed. Things like that. Thank you for the sub with Prime SD. Thank you. Good afternoon. The Apex stream was very huge. The other day was a fun time and people right. Yeah, I had a good time. It made me laugh. It's always fun. And one day Haru will chill on my bed. Yeah, he will. Just wanted to say, watching you sort of play Overwatch is the funniest thing ever. Yeah, I had fun playing Overwatch, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it also brought me flashbacks of like things I hated in the game, like getting Doomfist right-clicked into a wall and dying. That's definitely my favorite pastime. Yeah, I don't know why it shows up here but doesn't show up in the chat. I mean, the only time I'd play Overwatch is if I asked some people. I actually suggested Overwatch to one of my longtime duos, Zach, because Zach and I used to duo Overwatch like season 3, 4. It was a good time. He said he was down, but I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, like, Skara is so funny. Like, he just has so many clippable moments. Like, whether it's like, you know, he does something funny, or he pops off. He just has like this big brain thing going on. Like, he's just a man of many talents. Did I get any spicy Genji? There were like no Genjis that we played against in Overwatch, but I'm pretty sure I would miss my sleep dart on every single one if I tried right now. Yeah, you can add it. I don't even know what that emote is, if I had to be honest. I did play Ana. The only thing I remember is like sleeping Reinhardt or like sleeping Doomfist or like, you know, the usual things, but I don't think there's anything cool or like sick nasty. I don't remember. It's people praying. Oh, I see. That's a good one. Yeah, like FPS makes me want to like be like a montage player, but I'm not. But like it makes me want to like have those moments where it's like montage. Maybe like back in the day when I used to play in like season 4, like I could make a montage, but like now there's no way. Honestly, like watching Skara, like even though he has like those moments where he's just like doing like whiffing, like on the average, like his aim is like not like, it's pretty good. Or like when I watched him last night playing Apex, I was like, wow, Skara's tracking's actually like, you know, pretty decent for like, I just think it's really funny because he, like his gun preferences, like, you know, anyone would pick up like the R99, R301, but he's like, ooh, G7 Scout 3030 repeater, that's my gun. Like he just picks up like, I don't know, he just picks like some random gun. I'm like, I guess he really likes like longer range guns, I guess, but it just is so troll to me. But yeah, which is why I like suggested him a long time ago to play like Pathfinder or something, since he likes long range guns. Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, His aim's not bad, like, honestly, like, he does it. He does it all. Okay, I have to find the clip. I have to show you guys. Like, I thought it was the funniest thing. Scara. How do you look at the clips that you've made? Clips I made on Twitch. Is it this? Hold on. Okay, I have to find the moment in the VOD. Give me a second. Got it. It's not. Is it this? Okay, I need to turn down the volume. He was in a Gibraltar shield, and that's all I need to know. It was on Olympus. Did the Spitfire get buffed? I believe it did. I think the damage got buffed a little bit. I mean, I don't really know. I need to go find this. Oh, I think it's here. Maybe? No, it's not here. Where is it? Who's my favorite legend in Apex? I like playing Octane. I think Octane is really fun. In World's Edge, when I played a couple seasons, was it the last 2 years ago? I played Watson because she was required, honestly. But I think she's kind of fun. But I do like playing Octane because he's so fast. I never get to play Horizon because there's always people on my team that want to play Horizon. So Horizon's like the new Wraith, you know? So it's like, I just like any character with mobility. Like, that's fun. Like, if I don't have any mobility abilities, I'm going to be sad. You downloaded Apex, what you should try? I mean, I guess it depends on like what you look for in a character, I guess. If you're talking about when you started punching people at 3 hours in a studio. Wow, you have it on lock. Thank you. I just need you guys to like watch this together with me because I thought it was the funniest thing. Like, I laughed out loud when I was watching this. Watson's such a cute character, actually. Or, I think she's cute. Is it this one? It is. Okay. This is gold. This is really good. Okay, how do I show you guys? How do I show you guys? Yeah, that's good. I don't know why this does. Yeah. Boom. Okay, cool. And perfect. This is good. Thank you for the 10 months, Cancer. Thank you. How do I turn up the volume? I hope it's not too loud for you guys. I just thought this was so funny. I started laughing out loud.
Can you tap me, Eva? Oh wait, you're not here.
Yeah, I was trying to find an attachment.
Not
Can I tap?
Yeah, you can tap. There's one guy gonna push you on the left.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was the most hilarious thing ever. He just it's just too good. Like, I don't have anything to say, but I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. I love Scara. I mean, I don't know how accurate like hip firing the 3030 is, but yeah. Also, like dome dancing with Gibraltar is always a good fun time. Yeah. Thank you for the sub with Prime, Kitty. Thank you. You said you can't see his IRL facial expressions when... I'm pretty sure he's just... Anytime I see Scar, he's just like mild. He's just concentrated, like usually straight face, like just looking at his screen. I just think that's the funniest. Like any kind of or like if something is funny, he'll just end up laughing. But it's like usually like the same expression. Watson and Bloodhound are your favorites. I think Bloodhound's his heirloom is really cool. The axe. Did I see his wins with Danny and Peter? I saw them play a little bit. Yes. I watched them and it was like 6 squads left or something, and the ring was closing in, and they ended up dying to the zone because they were stuck. Because they were like in that little I forgot what the area is called. It's the there's like a bunch of pathways to it. It's like in the center. There's like a little ring, and there's like some boxes, and then the zone was closing in. They're like, wait, how do we get out of here? And then they all just got knocked from the zone, and I just thought it was the funniest thing. That's the only thing that I remember watching. They made Wraith chonky. Did they change her hitbox? I also noticed that because, you know, like when she would do her ability, she would go like this, and then she'd be phasing, whatever. But now they made her go like this, and I was like, interesting touch. Did they make it longer? Because it feels like it was. I mean, I haven't checked on it, but it feels like it takes a little longer. What's my favorite skin in Season 8? I don't know what the skins are, but one thing that happened was, you know how Apex is having like an anniversary event, and it was supposed to end like 3 days ago or something. So I was like, you know what? I want some heirloom shards. Like, why don't I try buying like a couple boxes? So I did, and then when I logged on to Apex like 2 days ago, they're like, extended anniversary event. I was like, this is how they get your money. They're like, yeah, it's about to run out, and then it's like people are like thinking like, this is my last chance, and then the next day they're like, yeah, we extended the event. You're like, okay. They nerfed her, so her thing takes longer to cast. Okay, that's what I felt like. This would be a luck store? No. I'm not lucky on Apex. I got like some all the legendaries I get from opening Apex packs are like champions that I don't play. Like I got a Fuse skin, and I was like, I don't even have this hero unlocked. Why do I? Yeah, I don't think I should be able to get things for things I haven't unlocked yet, but yeah. You've never played Apex before. Any tips for new players? Fight to the death. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the only way I get better at things is like trying over and over and over again until I get it. Like relentlessly running in and pressing W, but like, you know, you have to be strategic about it, right? Like you just can't like run out in the open because you're just gonna get shot. But like, you know, like you practice like whatever it is, like the recoil tracking, etc., like playing around covered, moving. I guess Apex has a lot to do with that, especially. So strategically try to win your battles, but also, you know, yeah, I don't know. I'm never afraid to take a fight. I don't care about winning or losing. I mean, I do care about winning, but it's like, you know, I would rather get my experience in rather than just like sitting back and doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta experience something in order to get better. So, are there beginner-friendly heroes? Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are a lot of straightforward characters like Gibraltar. No, I feel like Gibraltar isn't beginner. Like he's so like his hitbox is so wide. I mean, his arm shield is really annoying, but I feel like most of the characters with the movement are probably like the most fun to play. Lifeline is straightforward, you get faster heals, but I think Octane is probably like one of the most straightforward characters. Like you only have like speed boost, you have a jump pad, and then you like passively heal. Like that's it. Like he's probably like one of the most straightforward characters in Apex for sure. Bloodhound too, I guess you're tracking ability and then you see like trails of people or like whatever happened and then your ulti. I feel like I don't know what I would recommend as a first character, but I mean I feel like all of them are like not bad to learn. Whatever you have fun with, like if you like going fast, you could play Octane, you can play Horizon if you like, you know, being able to like go up certain heights and having a black hole and being really annoying, and yeah, I don't know, depends. Is Rampart the worst character? She feels pretty I feel like she's pretty useless. Like every time I see her, I'm just like, this is so troll. I mean, I've seen her machine gun like melt someone, but it can just like everything can just be destroyed really easily, so I just think it's, I don't know. Just use a controller. Honestly, aim assist is OP, so I've heard. I don't know. Every time I see like people commenting, they're like, dude, like I've never played on the controller, but playing on the controller is so easy, etc. Like I don't know. I've never played on it myself, but if I see a lot of those comments, it must be pretty decent, you know. I would not know though. I don't think I would ever have fun playing on a controller. There's too much, like, there's a lot of liberty playing with mouse and keyboard. You pick Bloodhound and the Da Vinci Code is all over your screen. True. I mean, yeah, I don't think Bloodhound is very beginner friendly just because it's like all the random signs that you see on the floor when you're tracking. I feel like it would throw you off when you're first starting, so just any W key character is probably easiest, I feel like. I like that they added the double jump thing in the jump pad. It's pretty fun. How many plushies do I own? I don't know, a lot. A lot more than I ever thought I would. Yeah, I don't really care for them, but somehow they've just grown over time, my collection. I don't even know what Fuse does. All I know, he has like a ring of fire, and that's about it. Every time I hear like a crackling noise, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Fuse. That's about it. We're talking about Apex a lot? I don't know. Someone asked me an Apex question, so I answered. I've been playing Apex like here and there, but I don't know. I've been finding Valorant a bit fun though. I don't stream very often anymore. What do I do on the daily? Play games. But if I'm not streaming, it's usually because, you know, I'm probably just not in the mood to, or I don't feel like playing a specific game. Sometimes you'll catch me playing games with other people, but I won't be streaming, but that's just preference. Am I playing in Valorant? I don't know. I played some Brimstone, I played some Jett, I played some Reyna, and I played Sage. I tried those characters. Let me tell you, it was my first time playing Jett, and it was... Okay, so I've been like, sometimes these videos pop up on my YouTube feed, and I don't know if you guys know who this guy is. He's a Korean Jett player. His name is Soldam, and, like, he's really crazy. Like, the way he uses his ultis, it looks like he's playing Overwatch on Valorant. He's, like, really, really crazy at using his ulti. So every time I watch him, I'm like, dude, this is, like, this is what I want to look like. And then, yeah. I tried doing something like that, and every time my friends spectated me, they're just laughing out loud. But, you know, like, it is what it is. Thank you for the 6 months, Nikki. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if I fail at something. Because the only way, like, you know, if you think about it this way, it's not failing until you give up, right? So, like, if you keep trying, you'll eventually get there. Or, like, maybe somewhere to where you're satisfied. So, it's fine. Like, you just gotta go at it over and over again until you make it happen. You can't play Jet, you need my flash. Actually, I have one thing. I played Valorant and I had no idea what Sky does, but I cannot believe, like, my screen is just green for like 50 years, and I was just like, dude, what is this on my screen? Like, I just can't see. Sky is the bird lady. Yeah, I'm just like, dude, what am I looking at? I just thought it was really funny because my friend played Sky for the first time, and he'd be like, I'm gonna flash out, and then, like, I turned from the flash, and I turned back to see him, and he's flashed himself, and he's just standing there. I'm like, I was like, are you ever gonna, like, not flash yourself? And he's like, I'm learning. And I was like, okay, that's good, that's good. But yeah, for me, I feel like before, I used to be afraid of, like, failing things, or, like, I wouldn't try things, you know, because I was afraid of failing, or, like, you know, being at a disadvantage. But then I realized you can't get better that way. Like, you've just gotta go. Like, even if you fail, like, you'll learn something. So just do it. Like, yeah, who cares, honestly? Like, maybe someone will say something about it, but, like, if you take something away from it and it gives you experience, then why not go for it? Hi, Saint. I mean, honestly, I think I usually just laugh. Or, like, I try to... These days, I've been trying to have a more, like, positive mindset, even, like, if I'm doing not so well. Like, I try to just be positive about it, like, you know? Or, like, laugh it off, or just... I don't know. It's been helping a lot, I feel like. Not even just, like, in-game, but, you know, like, in real life. If I just feel down about something, I'll try to think about something more positive. So I'm just like, you know, maybe I can... It does feel a lot better instead of, you know, just wallowing in sad feelings. But, you know, it's not bad to do that sometimes. Sometimes you gotta embrace it. But for the most part, trying to turn negativity into positivity is a good skill to have, I think. Failing just means you have room to grow. Well, I mean, like I said, you're not failing unless if you've given up, right? So don't think you failed at something if, like, it just didn't go the way it was supposed to, like, the first time. Like, yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way to look at it. So you just keep trying until you get it. I mean, you could just say it was an attempt, not a failure, you know? I wouldn't say that. I would just say it's an attempt. Like, you don't have to say it's non-successful. Like, I mean, we already know that. It's not exactly what you're trying to do, but you're on the road to doing so. You played against someone? No, I have no idea who that is. Did I fail when I looked for a shiny ray? No, I did not fail. It's just on hold because I just haven't opened the game ever since. Just because I'm not really interested in doing that, so. Hi Smith, what is this green healthy concoction? I wouldn't say it's very healthy. It's a matcha latte and it's really sugary, so I wouldn't say it's healthy. Even it's a let's go. Honestly, maybe. Honestly, maybe I'll be awake for it. Like, I haven't slept yet, and I'll stream to see, like, what's going on, or I'll sleep early, but I highly doubt I will sleep early. Let's go Post Malone? Maybe. We'll see. Thank you for the 3 months, Elastic. Thank you. Dude. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I legitimately can't sleep until I'm dead tired. And it's not something I do by choice. It's not like... I don't know, it's just always been a thing since I was really young, so I don't know. It's really hard to fall asleep. I'm really jealous of people who can go to sleep, you know, within like 5 minutes of laying down, or like sleep when they say they have to sleep or wanting to go to sleep. What's early to me? Going to sleep early? I mean, given like what time I'm falling asleep currently, which is like anywhere from like 5 to 8 a.m. I would say any time before that, like 2 to 3 a.m. like is pretty early for me, at least. Yeah, I mean, I just can't fall asleep until I'm dead tired, which I wish that weren't the case, but it just is, and I have no control over it. Regardless of whatever I've done throughout the day, like people are like, yeah, you should exercise, work out, etc. Like, even when I did that, it still takes me so long to sleep, because I think, well, not I think, but yeah, I do think that's what makes me not able to sleep. Like, I feel like a slight tinge of tiredness, so I'm like, oh, maybe it's like time to sleep. So I close my eyes and then my brain turns on, and then I just can't fall asleep because you just think about something, like something in the future, like some worry pops up. Like, it could be anything, so it's like I can't fall asleep. Try taking melatonin. I've tried that. Doesn't work for me. I don't know. So I feel like music keeps... I feel like I used to listen to music to go to sleep, or like I would just listen to music before I went to sleep, like when I was in middle school maybe, but I don't think that helped. Yeah, if I go to sleep too early... Also, the thing is, I just have poor sleep quality. I always wake up a couple of times in my sleep. It's just how it is, and I don't know, like, it's always happened to me ever since I was young, so I just never get like a full, like, X amount of hours, like full 8 hours sleep. Like, I don't know what that feels like. I wake up like every 3 hours, or, you know, like every now and then. It depends. Also, every time I have a dream, I wake up. I don't know if it's the same way for you guys, but, you know, like after the dream's over, like I wake up a little bit and then I go back to sleep. Do I fall back asleep quickly? Not really. It takes me a little bit to fall back asleep. Do I usually have the same cycle of thoughts before sleep? No, it could be something really random. Or I'm just thinking, I'm like, what did I think about last night before I just couldn't fall asleep? I think I was just really uncomfortable. And I just kept moving around in my bed, trying to find like good... I'm pretty sure I like slept sideways on my bed before I got like really comfortable. So yeah, I don't know, it varies. Do my sinuses get worse when I wake up? I don't think so. I just wake up kind of cold, if anything, but I don't think my sinuses get worse or anything. Have I tried getting a more comfy mattress or pillow? Actually, I find it most comfortable when I'm not on a pillow. Like, sleeping flat on the, like, without a pillow is, like, the most comfortable thing to me. You always feel like sleeping on your stomach is bad for your neck? I mean, yeah, it probably is. I'm like, but did you hear about the Pokemon Post Malone song? Yes, I did hear it when I logged on. Or, like, I woke up and then I saw someone tweet about it and then I listened to it. Because Pokemon tweeted it or something like that. Thank you for gifting a sub to Vanilla Art. Chosen, thank you. Was it good? It was alright. Like, it was something that I was like, like, I wouldn't mind listening to this, I guess. That's how I felt, at least. It's surprisingly not bad. Any predictions for Pokemon tomorrow? I don't have any, because I'm not going to expect anything from it. We'll just see. Hopefully people aren't disappointed, but if it's not a Jennifer remake, then people will be disappointed. That's all I know. Yep, no expectations means no disappointment. And it's not a bad thing, it's just, you know, how it is. If I do stream it, then you want to run prediction? Yeah, I'll see if I'm awake for it or not. I mean, yeah, I definitely could be awake for it, but I don't know if I'll be, like, half dead, you know? Or, like, pretty tired. We'll see. What was in the Pokemon package I got? It was this shirt, and it was a hoodie, and, like, a little poster. And I was like, wow, that's very cool, but I don't know if I'll hang the poster anywhere or not. Yeah, watch it be Pokemon Sleep or something. I wouldn't know what to say. The shirt looks huge. I don't know. It's not like it's very comfortable. Like I would wear it to sleep. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they gave me a larger size because it's comfortable. What's going on? You guys are all praying? Yeah, I turned on my lights because I thought it was getting kind of dark in my room. It works now if you refresh. Okay. Thank you for the sub with Prime Chris Tofu. Thank you, thank you. I look handsome today. Thank you. Thank you. That is a very kind compliment. You pray that I'll stream Apex or Overwatch? No. I'll stream Overwatch if my friends play on the weekend. We'll see. It's a big glass, is it? I don't think so. It's pretty like a little bit larger than the average glass. Did I refill my drink? It's the same one. You know it's a Pokemon shirt. What does it say? It says P25 music, and then it's just a bunch of Pikachus that's celebrating their anniversary. What was the most painful piercing? None of them. Like the ones that I have right now, none of them were very... The most painful piercing was probably my third one, but I took it out because it got really irritated. I took out both on each side, so... Kind of did want a new piercing though. Celine told me that I should get a belly button piercing, but like imagining getting your belly button pierced, I don't think I could do that. It's a little too spooky for me, I think. Celine said that, yeah, she's like, you know, like I was telling her like I want a new piercing. She's like, you should get your belly button pierced. I was like, also I think my mom would probably faint if she ever saw that on me, so I don't think I could. If anything, I would get a new ear piercing, and I think it'd be on this side, cause it's pretty empty on this side compared to this one, cause I have like right here pierced and here, everything. I think where would I get it pierced? I don't know. I mean, I do have my conch pierced, but this ear is very empty compared to this ear. Maybe something like... Oh my god. Thank you so much for gifting 100 subs, Toki-song. Thank you. If you guys got a sub from Toki-song, please make sure to say thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, thank you. Wow, that is a lot of subs and a lot of money, so thank you. You know, that could be put somewhere better elsewhere, honestly, but thank you. I'm very, very flattered. Thank you for subbing with Prime Galaxy. Thank you. That is quite the large amount. Thank you very much. Thank you. What, the oil tycoon? Yeah, that came out of nowhere. There will be a lot of dings. Yeah, but that's okay, I guess. I mean, I like the sound because it just reminds me of Pokemon. Yeah, just a bunch of gummies on this side. Will I ever put back Mob? Probably not. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I could put back those, but I feel like I have some emotes that overlap with them. Thank Traviola. He told me to do this. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Do I have my anime list? I made one on stream like 2 years ago, I think. I mean, I haven't updated since a while, so I would not know. I think we saw... I don't even remember my username for my anime list, so... yeah. This hasn't been updated in a very long time. It's been a hot minute. What I watched recently? I mean, I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and not too much. Thank you for the 26 months, David. Thank you. Do I read mangas? Yeah, but I don't read as much anymore. I used to read a lot more back in the day, especially when I was in high school. I was a really avid manga reader. Like, I think it was called Manga Fox or something. I would just look at the top popular ones and I would just read a bunch of them. But now I'm pretty picky with what I read or what I watch. I don't know. Yeah, I think the site changed a bit, but I'm not sure in what way. But I stopped reading on there. Now, whenever I read my manga, it's always on like a really shady site. Because I just Google search like read whatever title it is online, and then I just that's how I read my mangas. I don't know. Like what site? I don't know. They're just ones with like a bunch of ads. You know what I'm talking about. Like even the anime sites now, there's just like a bunch of ads everywhere. So yeah. Hi for the Pokemon announcement stream tomorrow. I will watch it if I'm awake, but I don't mind missing it. I just hope, people get what they want. Or else I'll be seeing a lot of complaints everywhere about how disappointed everyone is because it wasn't what they expected or what they're looking forward to. So, yeah. What I think are the odds for a remake? Okay, so what I'm thinking is just that they wouldn't announce it right now. But I mean, maybe they would. But I feel like they announce new games in like June or, like a little bit later into the year. So which is why I was like, I'm not expecting it right now. But maybe like the odds of a remake is like 40% to me, 30-40, and then like the other percent is probably something that you're not expecting. I don't think it's gonna be Pokemon Snap, but it could be like something, that we weren't expecting. Because if they're gonna make a Gen 4 remake, it's probably for the news for like in June or like May, and they're like, oh yeah, November. Look forward to, remake of Gen 4, but for their anniversary, I feel like they would want to do something more. Oh no, we'll see though. Yeah, I feel like it's not that. It's probably something else, but we'll see. Like, I could be wrong. I don't know, but yeah. What I think about the state of Pokemon currently, a lot of people have been criticizing current games and hoping that Game Freak does more. I mean, I'm a pretty simple girl. I think it's usually fun. Like, they try to do something new. I mean, I know a lot of old-time fans usually relentlessly hate on the newer generations because they're like, wow, like, Pokemon has changed so much from Generation 1. But it's like, if they kept it the exact same way that they did from like Gen 1, then everyone's just gonna be bored. They're like, oh, why isn't there anything new? So it's like, they're trying to adapt to current times, or like, try to appeal to a wider audience and, make it more fresh for people who still like the series. And, they might lose people in the long run, but I think it gains more traction than, like losing their player base. So I mean, I don't really have many complaints of Pokemon. Like, if I was a competitive Pokemon player, like, maybe people have complaints about that because of when they bring in like Gigantamaxing, Dynamaxing. I know people like to Mega Evolutions, but yeah, I don't know about the state of like Dynamaxing, etc., things like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't have any complaints. Like, I have fun playing it for like usually a month straight, and then I get tired of it because, you know, I just legitimately put like a month worth of time playing the game. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if they did like another Gen 1 remake, I would just go to sleep. If they announce it. I've had enough of Gen 1 remakes. You know, as much as everyone loves Generation 1, their beloved Charizard or whatever you call it, like they've made so many, it's like I don't need to see anymore. If they skip over Generation 4, I think a lot of people would be mad. It'll be a Johto remake if it my bet. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that, but a lot of people would mind. But I grew up with Gen 2, so I liked it. I mean, I played since Gen 1, but that was obviously when I was a very young age. So, I mean, I don't really care. Let's go Dunsparce. Like, you're not wrong. It could be like a Let's Go. And I think people would just be so mad over it. People will be mad about the announcement of like a Let's Go, but they would still play it, you know? Or like, a good portion of the people who are still mad would play it anyway. Like, I mean, I'm not looking for a Let's Go, but like, if they released one, I would still play it. Thank you for the sub with Prime Sky image. Because it's not like I don't like the idea of it. Like, I get why they made that series. But it's... yeah. I don't think I would play it for a long time. Like, there's not much to do in those kind of games. I mean, a lot of people saw that... there's a lot of information of a Gen 4 remake, you know? So, for like floating information. So, I feel like that's, you know... that is probably true, but... perhaps not what is going to be announced tomorrow. That's all. Thank you for the sub with Prime Curl decisions. Thank you. We'll see what they come up with. You know, I just hope they don't get burned at the stake for it, because that happens quite often. Especially when a new game comes out and everyone's like, yeah, like, they haven't... I don't know. People always have something to complain about every single time a game is released, and it gives me a headache. They're gonna make a Pokemon FPS game? Oh god. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I like 2D Pokemon as well. It's very nostalgic, and I really like the graphics for it, but, you know, everything's going over to more, you know, 3D-ish. Because I think eventually they'll make the jump to, like, VR in the future. So, you know, a lot of games are going towards that direction. I mean, I would not be able to play it. I would throw up if I had to play VR games because of my motion sickness. Don't they already have a Pokemon MOBA game? It's like a mobile game. No, not Pokemon Master. It's legitimately... it looks like League of Legends, but Pokemon. You know... I don't remember what it's called. Pokemon Unite, yeah. Have you guys ever even tried playing it? I mean, I honestly forgot its existence. Oh, so it hasn't come out yet. Honestly, that will probably show up in the direct tomorrow. Like, I have no doubts about it. You'd be like, wow. Now coming to you in your nearest released in the App Store. But yeah, we'll see. Currently in development, you know. It's probably close to being released, and who knows, maybe it'll be fun, but I don't think I would ever play it. What if that's a news and not the remake? I doubt it. If they have like big news, it's probably something to do with like their anniversary. Oh, wait, okay, let me go see what the tweet said actually, because I'm kind of curious if they said like big news or if they just have special news, you know? There's differences to what it says. Okay. What they say, get ready trainers, a Pokemon presents video presentation will be taking place on the official Pokemon channel. Yeah, I mean, they're just saying like, yeah, there's gonna be a direct and that's about it. So, you know, I'm not really expecting anything, to be honest. Oh yeah, I saw people analyzing things in the Let's Go Sinnoh tweet, and I just think it'd be very funny if that were a thing. Add breeding to Let's Go and I will quadruple the hours played. That is very true, Chung. Me and you both, actually. We would spend 9 trillion hours in this game. Breeding is just like an addiction in Pokemon. Like, it's like a way to get out gambling tendencies, except the only thing you put in is time. You have nothing else to lose but your time. I mean, eventually you'll get it, but you know, just requires a lot of time. Perseverance, commitment. Thank you for the 2 months, IS Farm. Thank you. Same thing with channel points. True. We'll see Pokemon Snap gameplay. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be released in 2 months, so they'll probably be like, wow, maybe a new trailer for Pokemon Snap, but that's not like the final news they probably have for it. Would I like a game just dedicated to breeding? Yeah, I would play it. Honestly, like, imagine if Pokemon had like a farming style kind of game. I would love that. Like, I mean, I would hope that there's like battling or whatever, but like, if I had like an open world Pokemon game where I could just like do whatever, that would be pretty nice. Yeah, like Pokemon. If they said it's 20 minutes long, I think, okay, I'm not gonna expect anything out of that direct, for sure. Yeah, like, if I could have like a farming Pokemon game, that would be super cool. I mean, it would probably never happen, but it would be a pretty nice time. 20 minutes is plenty of time. I mean, last time they gave a direct, it was like Pokemon Smile, Pokemon Sleep, and like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about like all the other directs that I've seen that are like pretty short, and it's, everyone was just like, are you serious? Like, just based off of my knowledge and like hearing the news about like whatever the game is for this year is usually around like, you know, near summer-ish time or like the beginning of summer. Like, that's when I expect like bigger news to drop. Hi, Miso. Pokemon Eat. I wouldn't mind that. Is Pokemon Sleep even out? I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't know if it is or not, actually. Probably not. What is Pokemon Sleep? I don't know. It's supposed to be like some phone app. I don't even know what... Yeah, I don't know. I just remember them saying something about it. I'm pretty sure it's like an incentive to like have a good sleep schedule at least. Or like helps you, you know, tries to get you in a better cycle. Expansion pack? No, I think they're done with... Usually with how it goes for Pokemon, it's usually like a... Or well, from what I've noticed, it's usually like main game, like a remake, or like a break, and then like the next year after, it's like another main game. So like Sword and Shield was released 2 years ago, and then this like year it was like DLC. So then like this year it's gonna be some other game, whether it's like a remake or another main game, but I would probably think it's like I don't know, a remake if anything, because usually I feel like at this time or like later on into the months, like April, that's when people are like saying things or like maybe leaking things about like a new series, but we'll see. How many gens of Pokemon do I think there will be? I don't know. How would I know? Until they run out of ideas or when Pokemon dies. But Pokemon has had a pretty strong fan base for, you know, ever since they started, which is like 1995, I don't know. I just remember seeing, like, if I remember it, I think back to like Gen 1 credits, like in the opening, it says like Game Freak, and this is like 95, so I'm like, something like that, so. Yeah, it will be a very long time until the franchise poofs, or I don't know if it will ever, but there's too many Pokemon fans. Do kids still watch the show? Probably. I don't know anything about television these days. Like, I don't know where anything is aired. Like, I don't know if they air, like, the newer series. I know Netflix, they have some series on Netflix. I guess that's where everyone watches things now. But, I don't know. Do I have kids? Oh, yeah. Totally. If you listen really closely, you can hear them in the background right now. I do have 2 kids. I have 3 kids, actually. I have 2 cats and a dog. So those are technically my children. Thank you for the sub, Lexi. Thank you. Yeah, I have animal children. Show my dog. My dog's on the East Coast. I would love to show you guys my dog. He's the sweetest dog. So mild-tempered. He's so cute. I love him. How old is Hayden? He's turning 10 this year, actually. I got him in 2011. He's turning 10 this year. But he still looks pretty young. I mean, he does look a little aged. Like, you could see, like, some white fur growing in, but he's still very young at heart. If I have any recent pictures of my dog, I could probably ask my mom to send me a picture. I see, like, if I FaceTime my parents, I always ask them to show me my dog, but I don't get to see him very often. Have you ever heard of Pokemon Revolution Online? Yes, I've tried playing that before, but never really got into it. Does Hayden recognize me on FaceTime? I don't know. Sometimes he'll look, but I don't really know if they, like, register. I'll, like, call his name. Hey, So cute. Mom Twitch chat wants to see the dog. I could also try doing that. Like, I could call my mom and be like, can I see Hayden? But I don't know if she's busy or not. It's 9 p.m. over there, so I'm pretty sure, like, my dad's gonna go to sleep soon or something, so... Yeah. Yeah, it's 6 p.m. here, and they're on the East Coast, so it's 9 over there, so, I mean... If it was more early in the day, I could try, but my parents are usually, like, busy, or they're doing something, but... Yeah. They might be working on something, so... Do my parents ever... I'm pretty... No, they don't. They don't know I stream. Or, like, my mom knows I stream, but I've never, like, linked her, like, hey, watch my stream, you know? She knows... She has, like, an idea that I stream, but... She's never watched it. Thank you for the 3 months, Blair. Thank you. Well, my parents are, like... The only thing that they use the internet for is to read the news or watch Korean dramas or to watch Korean variety shows or sports. So that's about it. They don't use the internet for anything else. Or to check their email. But yeah, most of the time I just see them watch TV shows all the time. Yeah, the only thing that they know about Twitch, or like my mom knows like of streaming because I would watch streams at home, and like sometimes I would put on my big screen TV or like hook my laptop onto the TV so I could watch a stream on TV. This was before like Chromecast was a thing, so I just used like an HDMI cable if I just wanted to like lay down or whatever. So yeah. Thank you for the 4 months, K-Dog. Thank you. Do I watch in Korean variety? No. I mean, I stopped watching though. Like, I think I actively watched variety shows when I was like in high school and also elementary school because my parents would just like rent out VSH tapes of like variety shows that like a Korean video store would have nearby us. But other than that, no. I don't really look at anything. Like, I'll see clips of things, but I don't really actively watch them because there's nothing of interest, I think. What's my parents' recommendations on Korean dramas? I don't know. I would have to ask her mom. I don't know if she's watching any right now. I could ask her for you, but yeah. We'll see. No, I've never spoken about streaming to my parents. I mean, honestly, like, anything that I do, I don't really say too much about it. I don't know. It's because I just never... It never, like, happens to come up in a conversation. But that's just how I am. Like, if someone doesn't ask me about something, then I probably won't bring it up. Because I just, you know, it just doesn't come to mind when we're just having a conversation. If that makes sense. Do they know any Pokemon? Yeah, my mom knows Pikachu. I mean, I asked her before, probably like 2 years ago. I was like, do you know any Pokemon? She's like, yeah, Pikachu. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, no, they know that I do things. Well, like before, you know, like I would sell things online, like art, like do commissions or like make a store online or like, you know, go to cons like Anime Expo or like other things like Fanime and sell things there. Like they know about that, but it's like my mom knows that I stream, but it's like she doesn't know like what I do or like she's never watched it before, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, if she ever asks to watch it, I'll be like, sure. But I mean, honestly, like, she probably has better things to do. Like, she probably will be like, what is she talking about? She'll probably tell me my posture's bad, like, look at this, and I'll be like, oh. And then I have to think about, like, my mom's watching, so I have to... She'll scold me and be like, you know, drink more water, or, you know... I don't know. Posture in shambles, dude. My health is like, okay, it's not in shambles, but honestly, I feel like lightheaded a lot of the time. I don't know if it's because it's been getting hotter recently, so I feel more lightheaded. But I feel like at certain points of the day, I just feel really... It's not like I'm not eating enough or, you know, like not enough nutrients, things like that. Like, I take my vitamins. I eat pretty well, but it's just like... I just get lightheaded for a while and I get really tired. So just like... So hard to feel like doing something in the day. So then usually that makes me go to caffeine, and then when I crash from caffeine, it gets so, like, I'm so tired, but I'm tired, but then I feel like my heart rate is like, you know, like 120 plus BPM, and I'm just like... Yeah, so like when I'm just like tired, but my heart's like pumping, and I'm just like, this is not a very good feeling. Sitting down for too long, I don't know if it's that. But what I have thought of is you know how a lot of people drink energy drinks? Okay, like I'm not much of an energy drink type of person. So, like, the way I usually get caffeine is like through coffee. But you know, I felt like I understood why a lot of my gamer friends drink like energy drinks, because I feel like I play better when I'm drinking energy drinks rather than like coffee. They're really bad for you, I agree. Which is why I don't drink them, you know. Very sugary, very, you know, it just... I would rather just drink coffee, but I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I play better when I'm drinking energy drinks. Drink a lot of Coke too? No. Maybe you'll see me drinking on stream, but I actually don't drink it very often, or try it, or yeah, I don't really. Do I stop drinking coffee someday? Yeah. I don't drink coffee every day. I would say I drink coffee probably for like half the week, so I'll like go on and off it. Like I'll drink it one day, and the next day I won't drink it, and then the day after I will. But it's like that day I don't drink coffee, I'm so tired. But I know it's not a good idea to drink it daily. I feel like, had I not get caffeine withdrawals, like that's the thing, like I don't want to have that, so I try to not drink it all the time. But I feel like the difference between like how I feel with caffeine and without caffeine is just too large. And yeah, does tea do anything for me? Not really. I mean, I drank a lot of tea growing up, and I feel like my mom always makes tea, and honestly we would just drink tea for like water basically, because she would always make like this barley tea, if you guys know what that is. Basically would just like have it with my meal. So I feel like tea doesn't really do much for me. It just feels like I'm drinking water. But Did I have corn tea when I was young? Yes, I also had corn tea as well. Corn tea and barley tea were like the teas that my mom would make a lot. Thank you for the sub with Prime, Deadness. Thank you. Like, I'll make some green tea, but it just feels like I'm just drinking a nice, relaxing drink. Like, I don't feel that caffeine in me. I feel like... Do you just boil the cob? No. It's like in a tea packet. I don't know. Like, if you go to like an Asian market, I feel like you'll see it. It's just like in a box, and they'll just like have a picture of like corn, or like there's like wheat, barley photos, and there's like different types of teas, but it's pretty good. Gotta steep the tea longer if you want more caffeine. Oh, trust me, it steeps in there for sure, but I don't know, like it doesn't really do anything for me. I don't know. It's just, I don't really like coffee too much because of the way I crash afterwards, or like after a couple of hours, but so I'm trying to think of a way where I can have like consistent energy throughout the day that doesn't require me drinking coffee, but I don't know if there's anything really replaceable for that, so I don't know. G Fuel. I don't know if I've tried it before. Like, the taste is just not it for me, I think. Oh yes, thank you for suggesting drugs, guys. I will be, you know, that's really good. I'm glad you're really promoting a very healthy lifestyle for me, but I think I'll have to pass, you know, like, thank you. I know maybe you guys can speak from experience, but you know, I would not do that. I'm having matcha right now. The thing about matcha and like coffee, if I have too much, it makes me feel really nauseous, and I feel like puking. But it's like, if I don't have the amount where it's like I feel like nauseous, then I'm not energetic enough. So yeah, I don't know. Thank you for subbing with Pride and stuff, Nick. Thank you. Does coffee make you use the bathroom a lot? Yeah, I mean, coffee's a diuretic, so... Is that how you pronounce it? Diuretic? I don't know. So, you know, if you gotta go pee all the time, it's because you're drinking coffee. Thank you for subbing with Prime, Exuberant. Thank you. Caffeine starts slow for you? Oh, it does for me as well. Like, it takes a while to kick in. Like, I notice it kicks in, like, when I'm playing a game. And then I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm feeling. Like, this is good. But the thing is, like, if I'm idle for too long, then I get tired really easily. Thank you for the 6 months, man. Thank you. Drinking coffee makes you sleep better. I'd like to have what you have. Coffee makes you want a number 2. That's why you don't drink coffee. Yeah, that happens with people too. Like, it can upset your stomach. Caffeine crash can help you sleep better too. Yeah, I mean, if I capitalized on the caffeine crash and actually went to sleep, but I don't think I could, because even when I'm crashing, like, your heart is beating so fast, I definitely could not go to sleep. Nothing makes you sleep better, same. Maybe if someone just, like, you know, knocked me out, I'd probably sleep like a baby, but, you know, it's probably not the best way to fall asleep. The thing about, like, food coma or eating when you eat and then you fall asleep, it's not very good to fall asleep after you eat, and also it can lead to indigestion, which, you know, I've experienced that a couple times, and I never can go to sleep for like more than maybe like 30 minutes or something like that. Like a small nap. I wake up and I just feel like the worst thing ever. What time do I usually sleep? Like 5 to 7 a.m. I would say. Do you have any tips on countering food coma? No. I usually succumb to the feeling and I lay down and I'm just like, I'm so tired. Have I tried drinking wine before bed? No, but I probably would not want to do that. I mean, yeah, alcohol does make me sleepy, but I would not want to resort to drinking alcohol every night to fall asleep. Avoid carbs and sugar. I guess. But like rice is so good to pass up. I don't know. I eat like rice or something with carbs like every day. Rice and carbs make you sleepy. Yes, it does. Makes me full and sleepy, and I could just like close my eyes and want to take a nap. But you know, taking a nap after you eat is not good. So, yeah. How's my alcohol tolerance? Pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty decent, I would say. Try resetting your room temperature. I usually pass out quicker when your room is cold because you're all warm and cozy in bed. That could also be a thing. Like last night it was really... Oh, it's been really warm at night. Okay, not at night. I should say like in the wee early hours, like 3 a.m. It gets pretty hot. So it's just like so uncomfortable. So maybe I should turn down the temperature. Maybe that would actually help. Nice Pikachu cosplay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's kind of true, like, Pikachu, yeah. I don't know what else is going, never mind. What's my favorite legendary Pokemon? Lugia. Lugia's my favorite. Where's the tail? I don't have a tail. I have a tail bone, but I don't have a tail. I need the pepperoni cheeks. I put on blush. I mean, you can't really see it, but... If you look ever so slightly, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's been pretty warm. It's like 60 degrees here. Because usually in the mornings it's cold, but recently when I've been waking up, it's been pretty warm or warm-ish. Did I like the Lugia movie? Yeah, it was my favorite Pokemon movie to watch. That and Pokemon Heroes. I think those two movies are my favorite Pokemon movies. You hope I'm having a good week. Thank you. Thank you. My week has been pretty alright, I'd say. Not like too eventful, but you know, like I've been having some good moments during my days, so it's pretty good, I would say. Did you guys know? I was looking at apartments and stuff. Like, a lot of places are offering like two months of like free rent. It's like a deal though, so it's like, I guess it's like you would have to like, you know, live there for like 12 months, but they give you like, I don't exactly know the details, but I see a lot of them. But honestly, like that's pretty nice. Not bad. And the prices are a little bit lower now, so I was like, wow, you know, it'd be pretty nice to like move out. Send you the Chipotle order. Oh yes, I will do that. What do you guys like? What do you guys like in your Chipotle bowls? Give me something new. My usual order is rice. Okay. I will list the things that I don't like. I don't want beans in it because I don't like beans. I don't really like fajita either. But my usual order is chicken, or sometimes I do half chicken, half steak, and then rice. Honestly, I put in like almost everything. I put in like the hot sauce, and then I put in corn, sour cream, cheese, lettuce. Yeah, I mean, I don't put in guac because you know that costs extra, but... You guys don't... Sour cream is good. Oh, whatever. No beans, no sour cream, throw in everything else. Not much to choose from. I mean, yeah, there's not... But like, you know, if you have a favorite meat, like, I can try something else instead of chicken. Because I always do chicken for the most part. Extra brown rice, chicken, corn salsa, medium salsa. What do we even have right now? Chipotle. No, I don't get the veggies. I don't really... Something about it doesn't mix well with my stomach for the most part. I always get a tortilla on the side for the burrito bowls. How could you not? But the thing is, like, you gotta eat it fast or else it gets cold. But, like, I just have so much satisfaction tearing it apart and, like, it smells so good. I don't know what it is, but, yeah. Let's see. So you guys are saying carne asada is $10? Excuse me? Dude, I remember when Chipotle was like $7 for a bowl, and now it's so expensive. We're like, yeah, the price has been raised. Like, I remember getting Chipotle back when I was in like high schoolish. Now it's pretty expensive. Double meat is mad expensive. I would imagine. Okay. And I get rice. I think that's my order. I think Chipotle is like okay. I feel like it's a lot of money for what it or like how much you get. It definitely makes you full. But there are probably better places to eat at for that price. Honestly, I'm not even that hungry though, because I've been drinking this matcha latte and caffeine just doesn't really make you hungry. Taco Bell Baja Blast sounds really good right now. Baja Blast is pretty good. Chipotle, you know, if the price point was like $7 or what it used to be, I'd be like, yeah, I would recommend it. But like, it's creeping to like $9. I'm like, you could probably make it yourself and eat a lot more for that price, you know? Buy everything. I feel like Chipotle is like a... If you're lazy to like make something to eat and, you know, you want a mixture of things, I guess you could get it. You thought I had ordered Taco Bell again? No. My brother and his girlfriend wanted Chipotle, so I was like, okay, I'm okay with whatever. Every time they ask me like, what do you want to eat? I'm like, anything's fine with me. I don't have a preference. I'm that person when you ask like, hey, what do you want? I'm like, I don't care. I don't know. That would annoy my mom so much. She's like, can you say something else and I don't know and I don't care? And I'm just like, well, I just really don't care and don't know. Like, there's nothing I'm specifically craving. If I was craving something, then I would probably say it. Thank you for the 13 months, Jared. Thank you. But you know, like, you can throw anything at me and I'll be like, yeah, I'll eat it. Yeah, I feel like Chipotle used to have better portions, but I mean, I guess it depends on the location you go to as well. Because sometimes they'll give you like a very good, generous amount, and sometimes they'll like this is the bowl, and they'll like fill it like this much. And, like some places will fill it like this much. You know what I mean? Depends. No, I don't think if someone says like we can order from here. Okay, the only thing that if they ask me something, I'll be like, yeah, something but this. And then if they suggest something similar to what I asked to not have, then I'll be like, no, not that. But if they, yeah, I don't know. I try to think about it, but you know, if there's usually nothing that I want to eat, then I'll just be like, I don't care, or you know, I'm not hungry, so you can just order whatever, and I'll just eat whatever you order. Subway. I haven't had Subway in a really long time. I mean, it's definitely not a place where I'd be like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna order from Subway. Like that. That's definitely not the first place that comes to mind. That's like a, if I really had nothing else to eat and it was there, I would eat it. What do I usually get from? I usually get tuna from Subway. I mean, some people might be like, ew, but honestly, I love how tuna tastes. So there was another one. They had like it was like chicken, buffalo chicken and ranch or something. I don't know if it's still offered in Subway. That's like what I used to get in middle school or something like that. I don't know if they still have it, but I thought that was pretty good back then. Tuna is good. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you don't like fish or tuna, you know, that's fine, but tuna, you could never go wrong with tuna. You know what I mean? What bread do I get though? I get Italian herbs and cheese. That's my go-to. Like, it just smells so good. Obviously, it doesn't really taste the way it smells, because Subway bread always smells better than it tastes. But it's still the best choice to me, at least. When people go for, like, wheat bread, or, like, the very plain ones, I'm like, this is so sad. But, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, if they're trying to be more healthy, that's fine. But, you know, like, if I had a choice, I would definitely go for the Italian herbs and cheese, because that's probably the most flavorful one to make up for, like, a bit of the lack of flavor. So, yeah. Thank you for the 60 months, Watsu. Thank you. I already did a fast food tier list, like, 2 weeks ago. How do I feel about Firehouse Subs? I don't think I've ever tried that place. I've never really tried many sandwich places or like sub places. I think the best thing that I've had is Kinder's, which is in the Bay Area. If you guys are ever here, you should try it. It's pretty good. Thank you for the 2 months, JSing Dreams. Thank you. And thank you for the sub with Prime, Lord Zach. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have... The only time I have Kinder's is when my brother's like, you want some? I'm like, sure, I'll take some. Like, if you're gonna order from there, I'll have something too, but... Jersey Mike's. I've never had that. Or Jimmy... yeah, I just rarely ever want, like, subs, I guess. Have I ever tried Ike's? No, but I've heard good things about their things. I know one of my friends really likes Ike's. But yeah, when I'm thinking about food, like whenever I crave something from, you know, outside or something that I don't usually have at home, I usually think about like sushi. Sushi or yeah, just things that I don't have very often. I haven't had sushi in a really long time actually. Little Lucas is the best in the Bay. Never heard of it, but I'll check it out at some point. I'll see. I really want uni. Like, actually, I'm having sushi tomorrow. I forgot. My brother was like, my brother and his girlfriend found a really good sushi spot, so they're like, yeah, well, we should go. And I was like, okay. What food do I miss from the East Coast? Honestly, anything that I've had on the East Coast, I can have here, and there's more of it, I think. There's not exactly anything I miss from the East Coast. I think if anything, there is this like Korean Chinese fusion place that I would go to, and it's really cheap. Like, well, it used to be cheaper, but I'm pretty sure like the prices went up a little bit. But like, it would be like $4.99 or like, yeah, it would be like $4-5 for like a huge bowl of, I don't know, like jjajangmyeon or like other things, and I thought it was pretty good. So that's like the only thing that I would probably miss. Like the price point compared to like here and the East Coast, like it's pretty vast. Like sweet sour pork, yeah. I love sweet and sour pork. It's so good. Favorite tea shop from the Bay? I don't know if I think I like. I mean, I don't think it's from the Bay, but my favorite. Are you saying like milk tea? I like Happy Lemon, if anything. I don't know if I have like a favorite. Oh, actually, Happy Lemon is good, and I like Yifang. Yifang's really good as well. But the only thing about Yifang is whenever they have a fruit tea, there's a lot of seeds in it, and I wish, you know, there weren't any seeds. Like my quality of life would be drastically improved if there weren't like 9 trillion seeds in there. But yeah, pretty good though. Can't you order it boneless? No, it's just how it is. I usually go for fruit teas, but seeds aren't very enjoyable. Try TPT if I get a chance. Okay, I will try. Boba Guy is pretty good. I feel like Boba Guy is pretty. That's like where everyone goes to when they first come to the Bay Area, but I feel like it's not as great as it seems. Or like it's pretty. It's all right. It's like it would not be my first option, you know. Oh, I really like Black Sugar. That's in SF somewhere. I forgot what street it was on. Is it in Market or somewhere else, or is it on Mission? I don't remember. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you for the $100 donation. Order food, don't skip dinner. Thank you. I mean, I am having Chipotle, so I will not be skipping dinner. Thank you very much. Yeah, Black Sugar is pretty good. I don't remember where exactly it is, but if you guys like, you know, brown sugar milk, that's a pretty good place to have it. I remember bringing everyone there when TwitchCon was in San Jose, I think. And everyone really, really liked it. You can ask Celine, you can ask Kimmy, you can ask like Sean, Yvonne. I don't know yet. I brought a couple people there. Did I miss it? No, I said thank you. Thank you for the bits chosen. Thank you. But I think Yifang and Happy Lemon are probably my favorites to go to, at least if I do get boba. But honestly, I haven't been really craving boba or like wanting to order it. I guess it's dude, it reminds me of like yesterday I was in Scar's chat and this guy kept saying like, cause I don't know, I think Eugene said like a dragon joke, you know, like drag on these nuts or whatever, and like the same guy in Scar's chat for like 30 minutes consistently was trying to make Scar, he was like, hey, like, do you know Sagandis, you know, like he tried doing it like for 30 minutes straight, and I was like, dude, like, I was just thinking in my head, like, wow. If they didn't, they probably read it like the first time, second time. They're probably not, like, they don't care, like, they've ignored it for a reason, you know? It's just like, like, whenever people, like, spam something in the chat, like, consistently, it's just like, dude, why? Like, they have a lot of perseverance, like, respect to you for that one, but just like, dude, like, yeah, you could probably, like, make better usage of your time. Yeah, there's a lot of jokes, you know, like, you know what, you know, like DN, etc. Like, my friends love saying those things all the time. So, yeah. Holden, yeah, you know, it's like, you guys really don't know the Holden one? Like, Holden, you could say like Holden these nuts, Holden my nuts, you know, like, you don't know, you've never heard of that one? Like, I thought that was a pretty common one too. You're not very well versed in these? Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was just, you know, something typical of, like, it's been around for a while. Thank you for the sub with Prime Bloomy. Thank you. Dude, like, everyone tries to do... yeah, I don't know. Like, everyone tries to pull those, and every time I see someone trying to do it, I'm like, I know what this is already, so you don't have to, but... Or, like, it's not gonna work on me, but, you know, I hope you don't prey on the innocent and, you know, make them fall for it. Yeah. I just feel like, you know, me and my friends are like on the same IQ level. Not IQ, but like, I feel like we have the same amount of brain cells when it comes to like, we just connect in some way, like same wavelength when it comes to like enjoying the same stupid jokes, you know, or like the immaturity level. But I will say, it's been pretty bad for my vocabulary because, or the way I speak, because it's not very proper. But it's funny, especially when you're playing in game. Yeah, I mean, You know how like people have like those baity names that, you know, like if you read it out loud, you read it as, you know, it's usually inappropriate. And it's like, you know, some people are on autopilot and they'll just automatically read it out loud, but you will never catch me slipping. Like I always read it in my head before like I would ever say it out loud. So wait. I've had a couple of those in my chat, you know, where they're like, can you please say my name, or like something, I don't know, they'll just say something like, I'm just like, dude, this is not gonna work on me. It's because I've witnessed it too much to like fall for it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why. Ever fallen for them? No. I think I've always seen like, you know, jokes of those kind of names too. So I think it's good because I've seen it before, so I'll never fall for it. That kind of thing. Or like I'll usually have someone, or like, you know, if someone says like who, and then like someone replies and they're like, no, who asked? Like I've heard too many people fall for that one, so I don't say anything. I'm just like, nah, you can't get me. So yeah, it's just, it seems rude. It seems rude if you say that to someone you don't know, for sure. But like if you and your friends have like that sort of dynamic and they're just like, you know, doing whatever, like it usually happens like when me and my friends are playing a game and they're just saying something, like they could either be complaining about something or they'll be like, you know, popping off or like bragging about something, and we'll be like, who? And they'll be like, who asked, or like when, etc. But I mean, if it's not something that's of your style, that's totally fine. Like, no, I mean, there's a reason why people probably don't say it, but you know, if you're okay with it, then it's fine. I mean, I think it's funny. Hi, Eugene. Have I tried yeah, I say it all the time. Like, I got a lot of people good with them sometimes, but it's usually easy to do it on people who like don't suspect anything. But you know, I think I know who would take it well and who wouldn't. So yeah. That was, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that one. It's like, but you know, but Scara tells me like, I ask a genuine question, he's like, are you deaf and blind? And I'm like, well, excuse me, I didn't know what Wonder Egg was. And then he's like, oh. And then I explained to him, like, he's like, are you not on Twitter? And I was just like, no, I mean, it doesn't pop up on my timeline. He's like, oh. And then he just goes on to like explain. I'm like, okay. Thank you for the sub of the Prime, Jet. Thank you. And thank you for gifting us up to Eugene. Okay, thank you. But yeah, I've heard good things about Wonder Egg. I don't bully him. If anything, it's mutual. What's the word that I'm thinking of? Mutual banter. There you go. It cancels out? No, it's just like equivalent exchange. Like, this is our pact. Like, I bully you, you bully me. Great. Like, that's fine. I mean, it makes me laugh. So, I don't care. I'm gonna wake up for Pokemon. There's a higher chance that I stay up for it, or like be awake for it, and not being able to sleep than wake up for it for sure. Aren't group of friends always like that? I don't know. I mean, kinda, maybe. Yeah, usually in my friend groups, they usually like play around with each other, and that's always a fun dynamic. It just depends on like the type of people you're around, I guess. Do I banter with my brother too? I don't know if I would like banter, but I usually just like troll around with them, I guess. I'll let my friends know it is mutual bullying next time. Thank you. Okay. If they're not okay with that, then I mean, no, don't do it. But you know, if they seem open to, like, if they do it to you and they get mad at you for doing it back, then that's a little weird. But usually you can tell what people appreciate and don't appreciate based on their reactions of what it is. But I mean, I wouldn't start it out of nowhere with like someone I, just got to know, because it's like everyone has their own preferences of how they, interact with others. Yeah, so I mean, I would not suggest like starting off with it. Yeah, everyone has their own like boundaries, so you should respect them. Don't go straight in for like a, yeah, bro, that was bad. And some people might take it to heart, or like, or if you like laugh at what they do, they might think that you're making fun of them. They'll feel really bad, so if you meet someone for the first time, or like just got to know them, it's like, yeah, it's all about knowing someone and trying to like work with what they prefer, I suppose. I mean, if you like getting roasted and people, do that to you, I'm very sure they probably wouldn't mind it back, because I mean, I don't know, like, why would you say something to someone or like act a way towards someone but you're not okay with it? I think that's a little weird. So yeah. I like having like a troll dynamic with others. I feel like the only thing, it's like I think for me, the only thing about me is if I think I'm correct in a specific situation, I'm really stubborn, so I won't let down like an argument without them like acknowledging, or like, unless if they can really prove me wrong, then it's not going to be, they're not going to hear the end of it. Like actually, here, you guys can tell me what you think. I actually had an argument with someone because we were playing Apex, and we were the last. It was 3 squads, and I said we should do this because, like, if you're playing Apex, you're going for first place, yeah? Unless if you're just okay with being whatever place. So it was just random. No, it was a friend, and I was like, dude, if you're seriously going for, okay, here is the situation. I got this for you. Like, I was thinking about it when I was making my pizza rolls last night too, because I was just like, you know what, whatever. Because okay, so no, you don't have to make a poll. Actually, Eugen's here, so she can tell me what she thinks too. So okay, this is what happened. Thank you for the 2 months, little Ken. I don't remember where it is in the map in Apex, but like, the ring's very small. 3 squads left. There's 2 buildings, so each team is in a building, and there's a car, and we're legitimately playing behind the car, and we're like on the edge of the circle. So in my opinion, the only way to get first place is to actually, before the circle closes in, you have to go for one team or the other, because the 2 teams in the buildings aren't going to shoot at each other because they both have cover, and there's no reason for them to like run out and like start shooting each other, right? So it's like they will play their buildings until they have to leave. So my friend was saying that you just have to hope that they're gonna start fighting each other and then you can go in. And I'm like, dude, if you're playing for first place, wouldn't it just make more sense for you to like push one team and hope you can like clean up the fight and then fight the other team for first place? Because like, there's no way like you have to move first if you're behind the car and you're just gonna be stuck in between them and you're just gonna die. So like, if you guys were in this situation, what would you do? So it's like, you're the one with the least amount of cover, so you're gonna have to go out first. Just wait for the third party. But I'm saying like you can't third party because like you have to go out and the circle's closing in. They will come from both sides and you're in the middle, so you're legitimately in the middle. So it's like you're gonna get like you will get knocked out first. You can't really do much. You're dead either way. For me, or well, what happened for when I was playing is that I threw nades at one team's building and they were all like extremely cracked. So wait, I'm sorry, I was yelling at someone. Can you repeat? I mean, yeah, generally, yeah, third partying is good, but like you are in the worst situation, like the worst situation out of everyone. It was a long setup, yeah, okay. Basically, small circle, 3 teams left, 2 buildings, one team, each team is in a building, you're behind a car. What would you do for first place? But, you know, like, if you're, like, when the circle starts closing in, you are in the middle between the 2 teams. So, like, what would you do? Like, I mean, there's no, like, our team comp was, what were we playing? I think one person was Loba, we were, like, Bloodhound and Octane. Like, there's no, like, angle we could really take unless we, like, went on top of the building, but just don't have anything. So my opinion was just to go fight a team and hope for the best. You have to fight a team. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you. See. You can't sit. If you just, there's no like praying that the enemy teams will just end up fighting each other because they have no reason to fight each other. So it's like, yeah, you have to fight one of the teams because you're just gonna get sandwiched in between. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then my friend was like, no, I think you should still wait for them to like randomly fight each other even though they have no reason to. So I'm like, there's no point. So yeah. My ex-friend, no. I usually butt heads a lot when it comes to specific situations, and I'm not saying it out of hindsight because like that's what I think in the moment, but they're like, no, like don't do it. I'm like, okay, fine, then I won't. And then it's just like, you know, it's whatever, like fine, we won't do it my way. Do I get toxic? No. I have a discussion about it and I'm like, dude, no, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go this way. But what ended up happening that game, we got second place because we decided to go with my friend's idea of like, you know, like having them like try to fight each other, but you know, they're not gonna shoot at each other, so I mean, we still got second place, but I'm just like, dude, like if we did this earlier, it would have been much better. But yeah. Yeah, I threw nades and they were cracked with the nades, and then my friend was like, no, they could have just batted up already within the time. Like, dude, no, like the distance was so short, like there's no way they can heal up in time. Like they would have to fight. And then the team's like the other team's like a bit further, so it takes some time. So you could always armor swap if you just, you know, knock the whole team. So it's like, no. So yeah. I mean, I was yeah, no matter how I think about it, I think it was the way I was thinking was correct. So I mean, that's just how it is. I'm just a very, yeah. If like the, even if we have like differing views, and then I say like, it's fine, or like, you know, I know one of us, like either of us won't agree with each other. I'm just like thinking, I'm like, I'll keep thinking about it and be like, nope, yep, the way I'm thinking is still correct. Also, who was playing Loba? Actually, no, I don't remember if she was playing Loba or Lifeline. Joyce was playing Loba or Lifeline. I don't remember what it was. This is why I can't sleep at night? No, I can sleep at night just fine, but... It was just, I was just thinking and I was just like, dude, this is... Just, whenever I get into arguments about things that should have happened, I'm just... Fine. You sure I can sleep? I can sleep. Like, I was thinking about it, and then I usually ask other people. I'm like, yo, what do you think about this situation? And then, like, once people, like, I don't give them my opinion. I just ask them, like, what they think. And they're like, yeah, I would play it this way. I'm like, okay, good. And then that makes me rest easy at nighttime. So, it's just... Then I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, even if they won't agree with me still... If I have opinions of people that I think, you know or have like good knowledge, then that's fine with me. That's all. I'm not over it. No, I mean, I am. I mean, it's whatever, but I'm just saying that could have been a first place rather than a second place. That's all. Like, that's all. But it's fine. Not like it's impossible to get a first place, but it should have been a first place. Have I ever done the Pokemon Nuzlocke? Yes, I did it with Pokemon Sun. It was okay, but I don't really find that much enjoyment in Nuzlocks. If anything, it just makes my game time a bit longer. Or my playthrough. But I guess the thing about Nuzlocke is like people's attachment to the party and like what you know, go through the game with. But I think it's fun, like, watching Nuzlocke, but I don't really enjoy being the one to do it, you know. Is Crypto or Bloodhound better at Recon? I think everyone just uses Bloodhound right now. I mean, I don't really know much about... I mean, I haven't been playing Apex for that long recently, so... You've cried playing Nuzlocke? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, it can be really sad to lose someone. But I mean, I've only done one, so I guess I don't really know the feeling. When a Pokemon faints, you just feel like the worst. Yeah, it is. Like, whenever I watch people's playthroughs on, like, YouTube, and everyone in the comment section is just really sad about, like, one Pokemon fainting. Whenever I play Pokemon Randomizer, probably not. Do I want my food? I'll go out and get it soon. Do I release them or put them in a dead box? I just put them in a PC box. Like, they will be remembered. It's like a little graveyard. I've seen people play Little Nightmares too, but I'm not personally interested in playing it myself. When I play the new Pokemon game on stream, if you know me, I usually do play Pokemon games on stream. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I will. There's no reason for me not to. So, yeah. Do I collect anything? I collect a lot of elves. That's what I collect. Do I ever get into Genshin Impact? No. I played it for like 2 days and I just stopped because I wasn't that interested in the gameplay. Down bad, yeah. Too much running? Honestly, no. I mean, sometimes there's dubs, but there's a lot of L's as well. Yeah, shiny hunting's really fun for me, so I always do that when Pokemon comes out. I mean, technically, a lot of games are like you could get DMCA'd for game music, but I mean, I have yet to see people get DMCA'd for it. I guess. I mean, I guess the scariest thing is like games that have like songs in them, like already. I'm thinking about like FIFA, you know, or like sports games. Usually they have, or like GTA, like they usually have like songs that were previously released by like specific artists, you know, or like popular songs that you usually hear on the radio, and not like specifically made for that game, but it's like an already, you know, like the song is already in existence. Like I feel like maybe that could get you DMCA, but I'm not sure about like playing a game with like its own soundtrack in it. I don't play FIFA. I've only heard it because I think my brother plays a lot of sports games, so I don't play. The only sports game I tried playing was like Madden 07 or 06 that my brother owned on the GameCube. Because, like, you know, I don't get all the time to myself to play the GameCube games like my brother will also play. So it's like, I'm bored out of my mind. So it's like, okay, I guess I'll try playing this football game. And I'm just like, I'll just do a Hail Mary like every time. I don't even remember what team I picked. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to go for. I'm just gonna, you know, pick this one. Yeah, I don't. Dude, I don't remember how it was like, or like, pretty sure I just picked random things and hoped for the best when I was playing those games. I would think about it sometimes, but you know, like half the time I'm like, what is this? I'm pretty sure there was like a guide book on like Madden, because you know how games usually came with like little packets, booklets of information. There was like a little guide of like every single like formation. I'm like, I would like read it a little bit and see like what sounds good here. I miss those. Yeah, they don't have it anymore. Like, pretty sure they don't have it for the Switch anymore, but I guess that's just a lot of paper, and you know, you want to be eco-friendly, so you don't want to use up too much. Yeah, I don't know much about football. Don't ask me anything about sports. My sports knowledge mainly comes from sports anime. So if I know any sort of term or like position, I'm like, yes, I remember that because it was mentioned in this anime that I watched. Yeah, I read Ice Shield. I did read Prince of Tennis. I watched Kuroko and then I read, I think, because I saw that it was finished. I did watch Haikyuu. I watched Major, which is a baseball one. I thought it was pretty good, or like I kind of enjoyed it. Daianoe, I watched Inazuma 11, but that legitimately is like, it's not even sports. It's just like, I don't know. You just legit. It's like superpowers with the side of soccer. Slam dunk. Thank you for the 7 months here, Sion. Did I read or watch anything else? I'm trying to think. The soccer one, Inazuma 11, is really I'm pretty sure it was just like on an anime website that I usually watch anime on, and I was like, what's this about? And it was so wild that I just kept watching it anyway for fun. So yeah, honestly it was kind of fun to watch, but it's really not soccer. Like, they're legitimately levitating in the air and like doing some crazy thing. They have like insane like random superpowers, and I think I'm at some point there's like there were like dinosaurs or something like that. I don't remember. It got really crazy, and then I just stopped watching it. What? I mean, yeah, if you guys watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's like there were like dinosaur. I was like, huh? But I feel like, my high recommendations is definitely Ice Shield 21, and I would say to read it instead of watching it for sure. Like, the art style is too good to pass up in the manga, and I feel like it was just, I just like reading it more better. One of my friends said that I would like Chiafudu, but I don't know, I just never got drawn into it, so yeah. There usually has to be like some catch for me to read or watch something. Like, there has to be something appealing or eye-catching. Or I have to be really bored and I just happened to pick it up randomly, so yeah. Like a hot guy. It doesn't... I don't think I was drawn towards Ice Shield 21 because I was like, yeah, that character is so hot. I think I just really like the art style, so I started reading it. So it could just be like the style, honestly. For the most part, it's like, if it looks good, then I'll read it. But Prince of Tennis was like I picked it up in the library in like middle school because I had nothing better to do, and my mom would always drop me off at the library to go study, but I just spent most of my time looking at, you know, some manga to read, so Prince of Tennis happened to be one of them, and I started reading. I was like, oh, that's pretty good, so that's how I read Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis is good, but it's definitely also pretty... Well, actually, I guess most sports anime are kind of like... Or sports series, sports manga. Slam Dunk was more of the... Slam Dunk, Haikyuu's kind of like over-exaggerated. I mean, all of them are over-exaggerated, but like Prince of Tennis legitimately has like... You know, like you curve the ball like around the net, or like, you know... he's in the zone, or, you know, they just have like some crazy like gimmick to like every character, you know. It's not very realistic, but it's fun. I think it's fun. No, the zone is in Kuroko, but it's also in Prince of Tennis. Like, Tezuka has like Tezuka Zone, you know, so I mean they also have it in Kuroko, but it's, yeah, they're... Kuroko is also very, there's a lot of stuff going on, but I just feel like it's kind of fun. But even though that they're like, they have like OP abilities, they still lose somehow, so... Or just like the next OP person comes into play, so it's like, okay. Yeah, I've heard things about Blue Lock. I couldn't get past chapter 2. I don't know what it was, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then I was like, nah. I probably tried starting it like 3 or 4 times, but every time I'm just kind of like, eh. So I just never get past it. But I mean, I know a lot of people that like Blue Lock. No, Slam Dunk is probably, out of everything that I've like watched or read, Slam Dunk is probably the least exaggerated one compared to like everything else that I've seen. But I mean, all of them are kind of like wild, I would say. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat dinner. So maybe I'll be awake for the announcement tomorrow. You'll either see me, I'll either be sleeping or I'll be awake. If I'm awake for it, like I couldn't go to sleep when the announcement is on, I'll actually turn on my stream and see what it's like. But I might look like a corpse, or like a skeleton, you know, sort of like a ghoul. But you know, like we can go through some disappointment together. If you guys are up at 7 a.m. looking at the announcement, we'll see. So yeah, if that happens, if I'm awake during that time, I will promise you that I will be online. If I am asleep, then yeah, I'll be asleep. But yeah, we shall see. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. By some miracle, like if I happen to go to sleep early and wake up at that time, by like, I don't know what would even make me do that. I would probably play Pokemon afterwards, but yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And I'm going to go eat my Chipotle and probably knock out for like 20 minutes. Bye!